Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about what I am bringing to you today. As you can tell by the title, I will be talking about my Make 9, my Ames jeans, and so much to say. This will be a longer video because I want to give a detail as much as I can think of. I wrote so many notes down. I want to share them. So first of all, welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And yeah, so if you like what you see, go ahead, and for those who have not subscribed but are watching, feel free to subscribe and hit that bell so you can get a notification of the next video. So let me get into the jeans. So as you all know, and let me scoot over here so at least you can see, over here is my Make 9. That's my Make 9. And I have to say, at the beginning of the year, for those who've been following me, you know my Make 9 was purposely chosen to do things that scared me, that I've never done before, that was new to me, that I would really have to think about. And I will say the thing I was the most scared about making were jeans and the trench coat. And so, yeah. And then probably the bag, maybe. And so, yeah, maybe in the pecking order of things. So, yeah. So I was scared of everything. But yeah, the jeans were the most, like, jeans, really? And so I know some of you can relate to that. And so let me get into the jeans. Now the jeans are labeled as intermediate, which I wholeheartedly agree with. And the Ames jeans come in an apple and pear shape, as you can tell there on the envelope. And here is the line drawing. I bought this back in November 2017, as you can tell, but as you can see, the line drawing. And for me, I cut out the pear shape. And with my measurements, and let me see, I have so many notes throughout this booklet. I did, my hip size is was a 55. I think at the time that I traced this out. So I did a 26. A size 26. And so, and that is an important point that I'll come back to about the size that I traced out. I did use a stretch denim. It calls for stretch denim, 2%, at least 2% stretch, lining, non-stretch cotton, and then of course your interfacing. And if you choose to do rivets, it does call for rivets, and jean rivets is the recommended size is 9.5 millimeter for jean rivets, and you need an 8 for those. And of course you need the zipper in the jean button. And so yeah, so let me jump right into all of the components. And so first of all, Carla from Stay Stitching, who's the owner of Mayfield Fabrics, her and I kind of was DMing each other online or through Instagram about our stages. We decided to kind of take this in stages, kind of teaming up to do it, not necessarily a collaboration, but just so you have that support system. And so it took me almost 4 weeks to do these jeans. I was in no rush, so it took me over a month to do the jeans. I was, like I said, in no rush. What I did is, because each section, the instructions is broken down in sections, so you would do pockets first, then you would then there's a section for sewing the pockets, and then there's another section for sewing the front fly, and then another section for doing the back legs and all of that, and another section for the waistband and the belt loops. All those are broken down in sections. So that's how I sewed. I maybe did one section one week, did another section the next week, and yeah, that might have taken me longer. But I can say by the time I got past the fly front, which was probably the most nerve-wracking part for me because I've never done a fly front before, the rest of it went relatively smooth. And so let me jump into my notes. And so I will say I feel absolutely empowered as a sewist after doing these jeans. They fit so beautifully. And I've been running errands all day today, and I've worn my jeans, and I'll show a little video here on the side that I had my husband do. But let me just stand up here. If you can, don't know if you can see them, and I'll have the video, but there's my button. We got rivets going on, and you'll see better. I did take pictures of everything, but these jeans are absolutely comfortable. So comfortable. And so, and what I'm extra excited about is because I do have a tummy, that this does not cut into my stomach. The waistband does not cut into my stomach or give me a muffin top at all. Everything just fits beautiful across the stomach area. And when I say stomach area, like that lower part here, so there's no muffin top. My waistband and everything is perfect. Everything is beautiful. So let me get into some of about the beginning stages. So I already said I took it in stages. I let you know that I traced out everything and the size that I traced out at the beginning. Well, by the time I got into the steps, because I will say the instructions are very, very good. At one point, I was considering purchasing the Cashmerette jean making course Jenny has, but I felt comfortable enough since I've been sewing enough this year. I'm familiar with Cashmerette instructions. I just felt comfortable enough that I said I wasn't going to pay for the class. Let me just go for it, and you know, with the different things I've learned this year, and see how it go. And it went beautifully. The instructions are absolutely awesome. And one of the things is, once I traced everything out, by the time I was getting to the instructions, because in the instructions, there is a section in there where you try on the jeans, you baste in, I think, the sides, and then you try it on and see where you need to take it in. Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I joined Weight Watchers in late October, I want to say it was. And so I think when I first traced these out, it was not too long after that. Well, since then, I've lost a few pounds and I've lost a couple inches. And so by the time I got to the try on and just checking the fit, I had to take 1.5 inches off, maybe 2 inches total, off the lower part of my hip. I didn't have to adjust anywhere else. I didn't have to adjust the crotch depth at all. The only other adjustment I will make, because I was fine with, once the jeans were done, because these are my wearable muslin. I did not say that. I did do top stitching, but I didn't use a top stitching thread or a different color thread for the top stitching, because these were going to be my muslin. And then I had bought some more fabric because I was going to make them again into you know, my fashion fabric with all the nice top stitching. But these are my wearable muslin, which are my final. These turned out absolutely perfect. But I did end up losing weight since that time frame, and by the time I got to fitting, so that basting the side seams and trying them on was perfect, because I did have to take a little bit off the sides, which was fine. And then I sewed them up. When I looked at the length of the pants, they fit. I liked the length without them being hemmed, but I knew I had to hem them a little bit. So what I did, and I'll show them, I'll take the jeans off and show you, but I just serged around the bottom and just turned it up just enough and sewed around, because you're supposed to turn it under twice, but then they'd have been too short on me. So then next time I will lengthen the leg probably by 1 inch, 1.5 inches, because I'd like for my jeans, the bottom of my jeans, to kind of hit close to the back heel of, if I'm wearing any type of shoe or gym shoe or something like that. So, but other than that, it's fine. It worked out perfect. So let me get into different things. I talked about the top stitching. Sewing the fly front. Now, I was extremely nervous about sewing a fly front because I never sewn a fly front before, much less jeans. And so what I did was I read that part for the instructions several times before I did it. And then I just took it bit by bit, step by step, and did not rush it. And when I tell you, by the time I put the fly front in, I was like, that was easy. That wasn't bad. I was actually shocked by the time I finished it, because usually I think, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but sometimes I tend to think ahead of instructions and I just want to plow through and like, oh, I know what's next and I'll just do this and do that. And I try to picture the end result of the next steps before I actually do them. So this time I said, you know what? I'm just going to not do that, not overthink, not think ahead, and just take it step by step. And that helped so much, because by the time I was done, I was like, oh, this is perfect. These look awesome. And so it wasn't bad at all. It did talk about using pins a lot, pinning things together a lot in here, but because it's jeans, I use Wonder Clips because it was just so much easier. And you know, when you pin, you kind of buckle the fabric a little bit, and I didn't want that. I didn't want anything wonky happening as I was sewing things up. So I use Wonder Clips, which are, you all know, for those who don't know what a Wonder Clip is, but I just use Wonder Clips for the most part. Now, sewing the back legs. One of the things that the instructions suggest is that you baste on your back pockets first, and then do the double top stitch after you've tried them on and you like the fit and everything is sitting the way it is. I didn't do that because I was thinking, oh, this should be fine. Guess who had to unpick her top stitch back pockets? Because when I did try them on, they were way too low. They were like right up at the crease of my upper thigh. Yeah, not a good look. And so I went ahead and unpicked it all. I made a note in the book: baste first, try on, then make sure that this is where you want the jeans or the pockets to sit. So that's the only note where it says to baste. And so as a result, that I said, I don't think I mentioned, as a result, I end up raising the pockets up 2 inches. They were 2 inches too low. So I raised them up 2 inches higher. So they were sitting at the right spot. One thing I would say is that you all know what the thingamajig is that you can use with your sewing machine. If I can find a picture, I will. But it's for if you have thicker fabric, it connects on your by your foot, and then as you're sewing over thick fabric, it helps go over those thick parts. And so I think having that would have definitely helped me in going over some thicker parts in the jeans. But I got through it. You know, I got a workhorse, so I was able to, you know, manage that and get them through. For the belt loops, I love the way Jenny has you do the belt loops. You actually sew the one long strip first, and then you just cut the number of loops you need for the loops, which is fine, instead of sewing little bitty, you know, each belt loop separately. So that was perfect. The waistband. One thing that I will say about the waistband now, and someone in the Cashmerette Facebook group did mention this to me when I had posted a while back something about the jeans that I was getting started on them. They had mentioned to me that the waistband comes up short, and I actually forgot about that. And so when I got to the waistband, it was short, and I was like, then it dawned on me to go back to the comment, and I did, and she said that she shortened because the seam allowance is 1/2 inch. She, for the back waistband, which is curved, the waistband is curved, that she, instead of sewing it at 1/2 inch, she sewed it at 1/4 inch, and then she kind of eased in the waistband, and that worked out perfect. That's what I ended up doing. I didn't have to do a lot of easing or anything like that, but I did shorten that by 1/4 inch. Next time, I'll probably lengthen that inner waistband piece by 1/2 inch on each side, and then sew it on there, and then it should be fine. But I think that's what I calculated. Yeah, I have it in my notes here. And so that is what I will say about the waistband. I don't have a proper jean button, and like I said, I'll show you this shortly. I don't have a proper jean button. I just used a shank button that looked like a jean button, and that's what I use, and I got that from Joann's. But like I said, I'll show you that. Notes I had, I do have quite a few notes in my instructions all the way through as I was going through each step. If I had a question or if I, struggled with something, I did write down notes, but those were some of the key things. Somebody did ask me on Instagram what was the easiest and the hardest part. The easiest part was sewing the side seams. The hard part, I would say it wasn't the fly front, because the instructions were awesome. I say the hardest part is just being patient with the jean making process. If you're used to wanting to just kind of get through projects and just, plow through, which we all have some of those projects that we just want to, our quick makes, our easy wins. We know how to do them, don't have to think about them too much and just kind of zip through. Well, every now and again, you will have projects that you tend to take your time on, be it jeans or coats or, something more tailored or something like that. I would say the hardest part was just relax. You're going to get through it. There's no need to rush. Just take your time. So getting out of that headspace that, oh, you got to hurry up and crank it out. And yeah, I'm sure after doing a few more pair, it will get easier for me. But again, I'm in no rush. I am in absolutely no rush with the jeans. I love these jeans. I will be wearing these more than likely every week. And here's the thing. Will I make more? Absolutely. However, I will not make any more probably until maybe April 2019. Like I said, these are my wearable muslin, and I was planning to make another pair right after this as my final pair with the nice top stitching and everything. But because I am losing weight and inches on top of that, that wouldn't make any sense. And this is some good jean fabric that I have. So I'm so happy, so happy. I did not wait to make jeans until I was a certain size or I lost a certain amount of pounds, or I wanted to experience the joy of making jeans, just experience going through the process, just experience rivets. What is a rivet? How to use a rivet press. And so I use my rivet press. How do, you put in a fly front. I didn't want to wait till I lost a certain amount of weight to begin tackling these different things that scared me. And so, no. But the next time I make a pair of jeans is after I'm going to wait again until I'll have to make some. When these are just, I can't get away with putting, because right now I don't have on the belt with these at all. Like I said, the waistband fits perfectly. But as these start getting loose on me, because they are stretched, and when they get to the point where the belt is not really helping anymore, is when I'll, focus and make another pair of jeans out of my other fashion jean fabric I already have. And so that's how I am approaching it. Cause yeah, I didn't want to wait. Why wait? Tomorrow's not promised to me. And so I was excited about it. It's on my Make 9, and I conquered jeans. Yay. I'm so excited. My husband was like, do I get jeans? Yes, he does get jeans. If y'all saw my haul, if you just saw my haul, I purchased him jeans for Black Friday. So anyway, but those come in 2019. So let me real quick, I know this is a long video, but let me pause this, come back, show you the insides, and just show you a few things, and then that'll be it. If you have any questions or anything about the making of the Ames jeans, I highly recommend it. The instructions are absolutely great. So far as the short waistband, I'm not sure, and it was mentioned in a group a couple times. I didn't see an answer. I'll have to go back, but because I wondered maybe if for the waistband, the seam allowance should have been shortened as opposed to sewing it at the same seam allowance. I want to say my first pass through the Facebook group, I didn't see that that was mentioned. So I'm assuming you're still supposed to use a 1/2 inch seam allowance for that waistband. But I just made a note of the adjustment I will make next time for the waistband. So, okay, I will pause it right here and I will show you the insides. Okay, so here are the jeans. Let me just show you. Here are the, can you see the rivets and everything on there? If you saw my pictures, you know, by the time I finish entering or putting on the rivets, my rivets look a whole lot better. I think I was just pressing too hard, so that end piece was coming through on the other side. But yep, she got rivets all the way around. Let me show you the waistband. So everything was supposed to be this fabric. Oops. See my pockets and everything? See my pockets? But I cut the other piece of the waistband out in the wrong direction. So I had to recut it out. So I had used some excess Ankara fabric that I had on this side. And so, yeah, that's the waistband. And like I said, this was the piece that I had to end up changing to a 1/4 inch and then eased in the rest to fit in. This is the button I bought from Joann. See, it's not a technical, I guess, jean button. It's not that thick metal, but it's a shank button. And so what I did on the back to stabilize it was put a small button there, since obviously this will get a lot of wear on it, right? My fly front looks beautiful. See that? Y'all, I was running around, running errands all day today in these jeans, and I felt like $1,000,000. What else do I want to tell you about the jeans? I think that's it. You cannot tell, but I did top stitch everywhere because I used the same thread. So it doesn't call to top stitch down all the way down the leg. You top stitch on the side to just below the pocket there. And you top stitch the inner seam. So yeah. Oh, and the last thing I want to show you was, remember I said how I probably would lengthen these next time. So instead I just serged the bottom and folded it up and stitched it. So yeah, see, these got a nice amount of stretch, so 2% stretch. And I got this fabric from Joann's. That's it, y'all. I absolutely love these jeans. I absolutely love them. I think I said when I will make another pair, as I'm losing weight, I'll probably end up having to make a new pair every 20-30 pounds. So that's what I'm saying. If a belt don't help, I don't want to walk around looking sloppy, but that's what I'm saying. We'll see where I am March, April, and it might be time for me to make another pair. But these are getting worn every week because we have at work casual Fridays where you can wear jeans. And so here are my jeans. Y'all just don't know. This was such a huge accomplishment for me. So anybody who's thinking about wearing jeans, especially if you're plus size and you're nervous about making them, please go ahead and give Cashmerette a try. I know there are other, and watch some other videos because you might be interested in a different style. But like I said, I did the pear-shaped straight leg is what I did. And so I absolutely, and the other option is a skinny leg, apple skinny, but I did pear straight. But I absolutely love this pattern. I will be making it again, and yay. So that is another Make 9 off my list. If you have been following my journey this year, you know I have 3 more Make 9 items. I have my trench coat, my husband's coat, or his jacket I should say, and my bag. And so those will be done by the end of December. And so stay tuned because those videos will just come out as I complete them. So Next up on the agenda is Wednesday. I have collaborated with another YouTuber on here. Stay tuned for Wednesday. We will be revealing the project that we're working on together. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you have any questions, please let me know. And that is it, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Have a blessed week. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.